queen whose beauty was matched only by her wisdom, a queen whose throne stood upon lands flowing with gold, incense, and myrrh. Her name was Makeda, the Queen of Sheba, and far across the desert, in the kingdom of Israel, ruled King Solomon, a man famed for his unmatched wisdom, his wealth, and his God-given gift of understanding all mysteries of life. One day, their paths would cross, not by accident, but by destiny. This meeting between a powerful queen from Africa and one of the wisest kings of the ancient world would give rise to legends, inspire dynasties, and leave a mark on history that echoes even today. This is the tale of the Queen of Sheba and King Solomon, a story of wealth, wisdom, temptation, and legacy. The land of Sheba. Far to the south of the Red Sea lay the kingdom of Sheba, a land so rich that its name became a symbol of abundance. Its soil gave forth frankincense and myrrh, spices so rare that kings traded them as if they were jewels. Caravans crossed deserts laden with gold and ivory, and the people prospered under the reign of their queen, Makeda. Makeda was no ordinary ruler. She was a woman who commanded respect in a world where kings ruled most lands. Known for her sharp mind, fearless heart, and beauty beyond compare, she was adored by her people and feared by her rivals. But beyond her throne, she hungered for something greater. Not wealth, not land, but knowledge. She valued wisdom above all else. One day, travelers from the north spoke of a king in Jerusalem whose wisdom was said to outshine that of any man alive. His name was Solomon, son of David, blessed by the God of Israel with knowledge deeper than the oceans. They told her of his judgments, his riddles, his poetry, and his power. They spoke of how nations sent ambassadors to test him, and none left without marveling. Makeda listened, and deep within she felt a fire. If this man is truly as wise as they say, she thought, then I must see him with my own eyes. For wisdom is worth more than gold. And so began her legendary journey. The journey across the desert. Makeda prepared not just for a journey, but for a royal expedition unlike any the world had seen. From her palaces in Sheba, she gathered treasures to carry with her. Gold beyond measure, rare spices, ivory carvings, jewels that glowed like fire. Her caravan stretched for miles, hundreds of camels laden with gifts, soldiers armed with spears, servants carrying silk, and maidens singing songs of Sheba's glory. The desert winds whispered of her coming. Villagers who saw the procession would never forget it. A queen in shining robes, crowned with gold, riding beneath the shade of canopies. Makeda was the very embodiment of majesty. For weeks they crossed mountains and sands, braving the sun by day and the chill by night. At last, they reached Jerusalem, the city of King Solomon. The people of Israel stood in awe. Never before had they seen such a queen, nor such treasures brought into their gates. Word spread quickly. The Queen of Sheba has arrived. The meeting of wisdom and majesty. When Makeda entered Solomon's court, silence fell. Even the courtiers who had seen kings trembled, for her presence was unlike any other. She stood tall, her eyes bright, her voice firm, yet gentle. King Solomon rose from his throne, clothed in robes of white and gold, and welcomed her. Their eyes met, two rulers of unmatched greatness, face to face. Makeda bowed slightly, then spoke. I have heard of your wisdom from afar. They say your knowledge is deeper than rivers, your counsel sharper than blades. I have come to test you with questions, and to see if your fame is truth or only rumor. Solomon smiled, for he had been tested by many, but none with such boldness. Ask, Queen of Sheba, no question is too great, no mystery too deep, for the Lord has given me understanding beyond measure. Thus began a contest of wisdom. Makeda asked riddles and questions of nature, of the stars, of the mysteries of life. She asked about justice, about kingship, about the fate of men. Solomon answered each with calmness, weaving truth with elegance, knowledge with humility. The court marveled. The queen listened, and with each answer, her heart swelled with admiration. At last she declared, Indeed, the half was not told me. Your wisdom and prosperity exceed the fame I heard. Blessed are your people who stand daily in your presence. Blessed be the God who set you on this throne. A feast of splendor. To honor her, Solomon prepared a feast unlike any before. Tables groaned under the weight of roasted meats, fruits dripping with sweetness, wines of deep red, and breads warm from the oven. Makeda was seated beside Solomon. Musicians played harps and flutes, dancers moved with grace, and the air was filled with laughter. As the night deepened, Solomon spoke softly. O Queen, you have seen my wisdom, my palace, my kingdom. But I, too, see greatness in you. You rule with dignity, and your quest for wisdom shows the strength of your spirit. Few kings seek knowledge as you have. Makeda's eyes shone. For though she had wealth and power, she had long sought someone who valued knowledge as she did. And under the stars of Jerusalem, a bond was formed between the Queen of Sheba and the King of Israel. The legend of their union. What happened next is told in many ways, depending on who tells the tale. Some say they parted as friends, with gifts exchanged and blessings given. But Ethiopian tradition tells a deeper story, that the Queen and Solomon were united, and from their union was born a son named Menelik. When Makeda returned to Sheba, she carried more than wisdom, she carried a legacy. Menelik would one day travel back to Jerusalem to meet his father, Solomon. And when he returned to Ethiopia, he carried with him a relic that would define Ethiopian faith for centuries, the Ark of the Covenant itself. Thus, Ethiopia's royal dynasty, stretching into the modern era, claimed descent from Solomon and Sheba. The queens returned to Sheba. Makeda returned to her kingdom in triumph. Her people marveled not only at the treasures she brought, but at the glow upon her face, the wisdom in her words. She ruled with renewed strength, her judgments fairer, her policies wiser. The land of Sheba prospered like never before, its fame reaching across seas and deserts. And though she was far from Jerusalem, the memory of Solomon lingered. She had seen wisdom in its purest form, and she carried it back to her people. Legacy and legend. The story of Solomon and Sheba is not just a tale of two rulers. It is a story of the meeting of continents, Africa and the Near East. It is a story of wisdom sought and found, of legacies carried through generations. In Ethiopia, Sheba is not a distant queen, but a mother, the one who gave birth to their dynasty. In Jewish and Islamic traditions, she remains a symbol of curiosity and humility, the queen who sought wisdom, even at the cost of crossing deserts. And in the hearts of storytellers, the meeting of Solomon and Sheba is eternal.
Moral lesson.
From Sheba to Jerusalem, from queen to king, the tale of Makeda and Solomon reminds us, wisdom is greater than wealth.
Curiosity is the path to greatness.
And sometimes the most powerful journeys are not of conquest, but of seeking truth. The Queen of Sheba crossed deserts for wisdom, and in doing so, wrote her name into history forever.